Hey, it's Cactus Wrestling's ranking video. We are up to 141 pounds, and that's right, we're doing rankings. So if you haven't checked out 125 and 133, check out our channel and let us know what you think. But we are going to do 141 next, and let's just before we dive right into it, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out, helps the channel grow, and drop a comment. We love interacting with you guys. So without further ado, 141 rankings. There they are.
Oh gosh darn Andrew Alirez.
Well, as of 10 days ago, Alirez was number one.
Yeah. No, I know.
But he announced he's doing his Olympic red shirt.
Yeah.
So therefore we had to remove him, obviously.
And Real Woods is like
Well, there was a lot of people saying Real Woods arguably was the better wrestler and he could have beat him. And I don't know. Maybe that's just Iowa
he
fans.
could have beat him, but he didn't. Like,
Yeah, it's true. So Real Woods is number one. Everyone has a clear consensus there. He only lost to Alirez last year. So that's pretty cut and dry.
yeah.
Bo Bartlett, number two, pretty cut and dry. He took third last year, had a great season. Uh, Everyone kind of has him at two. He had a great off season. He almost uh, beat Nick Lee, who was the U.S. representative at the World Championships in freestyle.
I mean, even Nick Lee thought he lost that match.
Yeah, I don't know.
What a weirdly official match that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if he goes on to beat Yanni, but he almost beat Nick Lee. So that's got to matter for something.
Moral
Lachlan McNeil. This is an interesting guy. Everyone has him as three. I mean, rightfully so. He took fourth place last year. He had a great NCAA tournament, but the guy had a lot of losses last year, and he didn't even win the ACC tournament. Um, I think Cole Matthews and Ryan Jack both placed
And
above him.
yeah, weren't they
So
both? Yeah, I think they were the finals match.
yeah, so interesting. He had a great NCAA run. Um, I mean, I guess we kind of have to rank it based on that, but I don't know. It's nine
Yeah, I feel
losses
like
last
the
year.
top criteria for preseason is how did you do in the postseason? So
Yeah. So I put Jesse Mendez as number four. He's bumping up from 133 last year. He took sixth place. Um, we'll see how he adjusts to this weight. Um,
you put him ahead of Carlson and Hardy, huh?
Interesting. Brock Hardy, interesting. And Matthew.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is just how I did it. I mean, we could change it if we feel like we need to change it. I guess all the other ranking sites have Brock Hardy above Mendez, but I don't know. I mean, we haven't seen him wrestle. It's hard to kind of compare. They both had
Yeah, but I
similar
mean,
amount of losses.
Carlson at very least he finished higher at this weight, and he Mendez finished lower at the lower weight.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
I mean,
Um, yeah,
just
I guess that's fair. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like, yeah.
yeah, you just think Mendez would beat Carlson head to head.
Well, I'm trying to compare it for 41, I feel like was not as hard of a weight class as 33. I feel like there were a lot more hammers at 33, so the competition was a little bit tougher. So maybe Mendez's losses were a little bit higher ranked than like a guy like Clay Carlson.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know. I
Hot
don't
take.
I mean, it's only one or two places. We'll see once the season.
Yeah, yeah. Well, once things start actually heating up, we can. Yeah, okay.
Clay Carlson, by the way, I mean, the guy had 10 losses last year, but he's a two-time All-American and a round of 12. Like, the guy always shows out at NCAAs, so that's got to speak for something. Despite being a low seed, I'm pretty sure he had a pretty low seed last year.
He was the 11 seed, yeah.
Yeah, so that's not all American, and so he clearly upset someone. So
I mean, yeah, he upset. I mean, he hurt Brock Hardy in the fifth, sixth place match.
yeah, so there you go. Clay Carlson has the direct win over Brock Hardy.
I mean, via injury, but yeah, he also beat Hart of Mizzou, who was the 8 seed.
Yeah. So Cole Matthews is a guy who is very infuriating to watch because he can I just don't get it. Like he's such a defensive wrestler. He's always ranked like I think he was number one for a majority of the season
He was
last
ranked
year.
number one for so long.
Yeah, and then he loses to a guy from West Virginia that's not even ranked.
And then
And
didn't he
then
lose to Ryan Jack too?
no, I think he beat Ryan Jack.
I thought Ryan Jack beat him.
I don't think so. But um he's just such a low scoring match guy and just a purely counter wrestler. I just don't see him winning. Like I think he can all American again. He's done it before, but in this field, I just don't think he can beat a guy like Real Woods or Bo Bartlett or even Jesse Mendez. I just don't see it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see it either.
So CJ Composto is back for Penn. I don't know what he was doing last year because the Ivy League guys don't take red shirts. Maybe he was injured or something, but this is a guy who's all Americans. So good to see him back in the mix. And then you got, I mean, this field is just like it's just not a deep weight. It's kind of deep, but it's like I feel like
And
the
it's
depth
not
is
as deep
just
as some of the other weights.
yeah. Like Dylan Ragusin, Malik Hines, Kale Happel, Frankie Tal Shahar. We all
Yeah,
have
those are
them.
all like, oh, these are solid guys, you know.
Yeah, but like Malik Hines is 14 losses. He almost had a 500 record last year.
Well, Malik Hines, he's I think he was Clay Carlson's blood round match.
Yeah, and he I think he
Oh
majored
wait,
Ryan
no,
Jack.
wrong guy. That was McNeil's blood round match.
Mm. So I mean, yeah, he's a good wrestler, but is he all American level? I don't know. 14 losses? That's kind of a lot. Same
I
with Dylan
mean, he made the
Ragusin.
round of 12. That's pretty impressive.
But just look at the number of losses on these guys last year 9, 9, 10, 8, 10, 14. And these are the top 10 wrestlers, and they all have 8 or more losses.
It's pretty top heavy bracket
Yeah.
Yeah.
with
But then
Bo
you have a
Bartlett.
guy like Ryan.
If
Yep.
Alirez was there, it would be Alirez,
Yeah,
Woods, Bartlett, and then the rest of the field.
yeah.
Yeah. But then you have a guy like Ryan Jack who only had 5 losses. But where was he at NCAA's last year? He was seeded number
He was
5.
losing to Malik Hines.
He didn't really show out.
He got majored by Malik Hines.
And then he lost to the guy from Purdue,
Oh, yeah. He lost
Parker
by a point
Filius.
to Filius. Filius All American, though.
Yeah. So, I mean, he lost to 2 solid guys, but I mean, the rankings clearly had him at number 5 to end the season last year, and they have him at 9 to start this season, which is respectable because he's beaten Brock Hardy, he's beaten Clay Carlson, he's
Ryan
beaten
Jack beat
Lachlan
Brock Hardy.
McNeil. Yeah, I think him and Brock Hardy swapped matches last year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I don't think he's ever lost to Lachlan McNeil. So
Yeah, but Lachlan's way up
Lachlan's
here.
solid number 3. So it's like it's just all it's how the bracket shakes out, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, because
Sam,
Lachlan McNeil is not an ACC champ.
yep. So and then you have Sammy Alvarez who transferred to Oklahoma State from Rutgers. We'll
That's an
see.
interesting
He has
change.
he has an issue keep maintaining his weight though too. I'm not sure what Alvarez is going to do.
He's going to go 57.
Maybe.
And he doesn't really have much of a successful history, so I don't really expect too much from him
Yeah.
this year. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's Woods versus Bartlett. That's the destined matchup. Who do you guys have winning that one?
Bartlett. Iowa's not
Whoa.
allowed to win in the finals. That hasn't happened since 2017.
What
They're-
hasn't happened since 2017?
Barring Spencer Lee, Iowa hasn't had a national champion individually since 2017 with Corey Clark. They're not allowed to win in the finals. That's just how it goes.
That's true. They really have a terrible
Until
freak.
Real
I mean,
Woods in 2024.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think Real Woods is definitely on a higher tier than Bo Bartlett.
I would say he's definitely better, but I was very surprised with how Bo looked at the against Nick Lee.
Oh yeah,
For me, that was very telling.
Yeah,
of, man,
I watched the match live and I was like, Nick Lee just lost.
Yeah, I was like, wow, Bo Bartlett's gotten really, really good.
Well, maybe it's because he's finally not at 149.
Yeah. And again, Nick Lee is a multiple-time national champion, which is something Bartlett hasn't done. I mean, Woods hasn't done.
That's true.
He's training. I again, Penn State bias, Nittany Lion, wrestling club bias, but you have Bartlett that's training with, Nick Lee, same weight, multiple-time national champ. Above him, you have who's that? Zane Rutherford. That's a multiple time that just won worlds and is a multiple-time national champ. I mean, he's
Bill
got.
Woods is training with DeSanto.
Is he even there?
Yeah.
I'm sure he is. I'm pretty sure he's at the Hawkeye Wrestling Club.
And then below him, though, you got Aaron Nagao, you got RBY still in that room. I mean, even though he's Team Mexico, you have the best training partners for Bo Bartlett to beat Real Woods, in my opinion.
Yeah, but then Andrew Alirez, who's he training with, and he beat them all. So
I actually mentioned this in his spotlight video. I have to look up who he was training with, but I was like, that's why.
Yeah,
but some guys just have it. But even you said, Andrew Alirez was not the better wrestler than Real Woods.
Well, some people are saying that. I mean, in the poll that we did on Cactus Wrestling, 58%, so 111 votes, 58% have Real Woods winning, 35% have Bo Bartlett.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, what happens. Who do you guys think? Drop it in the comments down below. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to Cactus Wrestling.